All right, let's do Holy Spirit read. What is it going to give me to talk about today? What is the topic today? Okay, so first one we have out is wisdom. We had that the other day. Wisdom and spontaneous. Okay, let's see what we have. Wisdom and spontaneity. Okay. So what about spontaneous and wisdom? Okay, with wisdom we have home, fourth house, where you live. And spontaneous, the journey. Okay. Must not have said everything the other day because we have the same things up again today, basically. So, let's see what the rest of it is. Home is, where you live could also be in your mind, your mental framework, where you reside, okay? So you live within the conditioned mind until you come to the end of the journey. Yeah, okay. Charging forward. Okay. And the journey. Okay, so what this is immediately springing up when looking at the overarching thing of this is we make the journey. And you got to be spontaneous. You have to, you can't always be pre-planned where you're going or what's going to take place, because the universe has a way by sending left-handed blessings, and you think you're going one way, and then all of a sudden the universe and the divine is, especially if you're on your path to truth, to enlightenment, to the divine is, it may throw a wrench in the works, okay? Because you are wanting to gain wisdom in what you think you know, okay? When sometimes the mind is racing forward. That's what this, the night is. You've got your ideas, you've got your concepts, you've got your things that you hold to, that you believe to be true, which are not necessarily true, okay? But these are the things that your mind races with, what you live with in your framework of your home or your mental, your consciousness, okay? So what are the things that the racing thoughts bring forward? Because when I'm seeing this today, I'm just thinking racing thoughts, things that are there that you're holding to, which are illusions of truth, okay? You have just accepted them for what they are as a truth, but it may not be true. And so that's part of the journey, the spontaneous happenings that bring these things to your lap, things of the worldly experience into your lap to navigate through. Because a big part of the journey, and this is why I say, Kundalini, that divine energy, which Ramana calls the divine is, okay? We have people out there that hear Kundalini and they say, oh, they say it's like a snake, so it's demonic. No, there's nothing demonic about it at all. It's the roto-rooter of consciousness. It brings all these things up in the consciousness to be observed and to be questioned as to their validity or not, okay? And that's the journey. The only thing one needs to be freed up from is the mind spin, okay? That's what one finds. When enlightenment is just coming to who and what you are at the core of being, knowing about the divine is, absolutely having the presence, being in the presence of the divine is, and finding out that is the spark that is within one. And everyone has the same amount of the divine is within, okay? Everyone has that spark of the divine is. So if you are puffed up in pride, thinking that you are someone special, and you get to enlightenment, one finds that everyone has the same spark of the divine is, okay? That's why as a spiritual teacher, you say, what I am, you are. There's no difference between an enlightened being and non-enlightened being, except for one has their eyes opened and the other does not yet. One is still navigating through illusion, Maya, the drama, okay? That's the only difference. So the enlightened being has come out of the suffering because they've left all of that drama behind. It's as if it never existed, while the one that is still on the journey, making the journey, is still in the realm of the racing mind, okay? And living within their soap opera. I call it the soap opera, okay? Because it's a made-up story. It seems very real. Look how many people are engaging soap operas on a daily basis. It's like the train wreck, okay? So eventually, though, you come to the point where there is wisdom because the racing thoughts have ended and one has gathered and collected wisdom. And at that point, your journey is totally spontaneous because one has left behind all these attempts to manipulate or change or have something go a specific way. You're in the flow, okay? You're in the flow. So you just continue to move forward and enjoy life for what it is. But yeah, if you want to get to the point of wisdom, where you're living within the mind frame of consciousness, then you have to look at these racing thoughts and things that you hold to be truth, okay? And it doesn't mean truth that it's elevated, okay? You can be holding to something truth, like we have the ones that are the neo-Nazis, okay? Living in their truth, which is not truth at all, but it's something they have accepted and their mind is racing with. It's racing with the racism, etc., okay? So this to them is their wisdom and their knowing, okay, their belief system, which is the soap opera of the morning, but it is just, driving them in unproductive ways, okay? If you are living in an illusion of truth, you're not a happy person, okay? You're in a soap opera, and it's not a happy place to be. So again, the journey is about looking into the consciousness, what is in the mind frame, okay? And questioning that. Okay? Like Ramana says, you hold to who am I? I say, what is this I? Because if you go to who am I, people put all this personalization on it, rather than what I say is, what is this I? Anything, again, that is transient happenings belongs to the persona, belongs to the limitational beingness that one has adopted and thinks that they are. Okay? As long as one is in the soap opera. Okay? If one is going towards the divine is, then whatever is transient is not it. Transient is of the plane of Shakti, motion, movement. The divine is unchanging. Okay? So again, whatever is transient cannot be the divine is. Okay? Whatever is transient is not the divine is. So you keep pulling away these layers until you get to that point. That point of that spark of God energy, God light, God wisdom, God knowledge. Okay? And everyone has the potentiality for that. Everyone has the potentiality for that. Okay? But you've got to be willing to make the journey. Okay? And again, don't be surprised at things that come up spontaneously to change your direction. Maybe it's you get a real knock in the head and the universe is saying, wake up. Okay? The universe will do that. It will do what's needed to get your attention. Okay? So be willing to make the journey. If you want to know what is God and you want to get out of suffering, you want to get rid of the illusions, you want to come to truth and absolute wisdom, then you have to make the journey. And the biggest part of the journey is questioning the mind spin, and the things that one holds to be truth. And if they are causing you suffering, then they are an illusion of truth. Okay? And it's something that needs to be looked at and encountered and gone beyond. And once you see the fallacy of it, and I don't mean just a, surface saying that this is wrong, and it has to be really go to the depth of it and pull the root out. Okay? That root has got to be pulled out. And so once one sees the fallacy of it and can let go of that energy, then one moves forward in their journey and their progression towards enlightenment. Enlightenment is just being who you are at the core of being, knowing what one is at the core of being and what one is not. Okay? Allowing that divine is, that spark, to have free reign where you're at. Okay? Spontaneous. Okay? Being in alignment with that. So I'm going to leave this here. Much love and light, and we'll see you online.